we are going to learn CAGR, this component annual growth rate, versus XIRR, extended internal rate of return. In short, CAGR can handle the value which you have constant year. For example, today 14, 15, and constant year, whether it's a calendar year or fiscal year, it can handle. On the other side, you have XIRR can handle the irregular cash flows, which is coming from different date, irregular sales, which is coming from different dates or month or week. We can handle XIRR is the best formula. So only drawback of XIRR or prerequisite of XIRR is that you should have one minus value, right? Let's go to CAGR, and CAGR has three different function in Excel, but all three different formula or function will return the same value. Let's learn. We're starting with the first conventional CAGR formula. This is a common formula used across most of the Excel and most of the website you will find this is the formula. But however, I feel like rate and function are much easier than this formula. Let's learn. So, so this is the data set we have. Let's introduce the data set. So we have a data set of gold and how the gold rate is increasing over the year. For 1 decade data we have, and we should always start with 0, and 10-year data we have, and then we can apply the formula. So this is data is coming from, so Bank Bazaar gold rate. Okay, let's start with this one. Equal to end value. This is the end value divided by starting value. Starting value is going to be constant for us. So what we will do, we will give F4. Okay, and we'll close the bracket, and then we are going to apply the exponential. So cap we will apply 1 by n value. This is our n value. So 1 year is our n value, C4 minus 1. So it shows that minus 6%. Why it shows minus 6%? Because you see the rate has between 2014 and 15 has slightly dropped. So it shows minus 6. But as the year went by, but values are CAGR values increase. Let's see. So for example, 1%, 2%, 3%. Now currently 11% CAGR has increased over 10 years, right? This is the conventional way. The same thing we can apply in rate function. So rate, but in rate, you have to reverse that starting value and end value. Like unlike the conventional method where you will be applying the end value and power value. Okay, let's go with this. So the period is 1 year for us in this case, and then you can give amount, received amount or something. So we either you can give comma or you can give 0. Either way works. And then the previous value, this is our previous value. In this case, the previous value is going to be constant. So we can give F4 and final value. In final value, this is a very important part. So you can see this is being applied here. So that shows that you have to have minus value, right? So either you can just keep it like minus and apply the final value. Okay. If you do not give minus value, it will return as error, comma 0, end of the period. Okay, minus. Sorry, I have just applied here. Maybe I'll cut and paste it here. So you can see here one more time. Let's do it. Rate, and this is the period, comma. You can give 0 or comma. So let's say 0 and previous value. This is our previous value, and this previous value is going to be constant and will be referred every time. So we're going to give absolute reference and then final value. All right, this final value has to be in the minus value. So it has to be, this is very important step, comma 0. So you get the same value, and I'm going to drag this. So you get the same result for whether it's conventional or rate. But one more thing is which is very straightforward and easy in Excel is power function. So you can apply power and number and power. Easily we can differentiate. Number is what? Again, n value. First, starting with the n value. So this is the n value divided by starting value. Starting value is going to be constant for us in this case. So we'll give F4, comma, and then 1 so Okay, so starting value is this one, and we're gonna give F4, comma, and then you can have 1 by n value, right? Divided whole close a bracket minus 1 overall. Okay, this is the same value we are getting it. So this is how we can apply either conventional method or rate functions or power function. All three will return the same result. You can see here all is matching. Okay, this is something when you have a constant period, you can absolutely use that. But however, when you have a irregular dates, for example, let's say I have just used the random function. Let me unhide and show you. I have just introduced one random functions between here. You can see here between 14 and 15, I have one random functions. I'm just calling that one random values and something like that. Every time when I give F4, you can see here, every time the value will be keep F9. If you give it, every time the value will be keep changing, right? Because I have used random functions just to donate that, just to indicate that, sorry, just to indicate that there are different dates. So I'm going to hide that back. Let's learn now. Okay, so now what we are going to do is that we are going to apply that. So I will delete this also. Yeah. So let's learn that. So what I'm going to do is that, so let's find out let's find out the year. What is mean by, for example, 2014, so 2015 and 2023. We know that it is almost like 8 year, right? But precisely we can calculate. How we can calculate is, so you can give that end year. I mean, this is a latest year minus starting year. So you will get that this many days, right? 3000 days. So what you can do, you can divide by 365 days. If you want to be very accurate, dot 25, because we get one leap year once in 4 years. So you can just say precisely it is 9.1, right? So every time when you give a 4, the value will be keep changing it, right? So value will be keep changing it. So now this is the one. But more important, we're gonna learn XIRR. XIRR is formula is straightforward. XIRR values. This is our values. Remember, one value has to be constant value. Sorry, one value has to be minus value. So you can give here, comma, dates. This is our dates. 89 percentage. So that means sales, how much we have, XIRR is 89 percentage. Why we went for XIRR? Because we have irregular dates. Okay, same goes for profit. Profit also, this may not make sense. So for example, profit, we will not start with the minus value, right? But as per the formula, we need to use minus value. So can give XIRR and values. This is our profit is a variable and values for us, and then dates. Okay, so okay, whenever you're dealing with one of the statistical rule, whenever you're dealing with, we got that 118 percentage profit, and in 8.7 years, so we have 118 percentage is a profit gain and 106 percentage. If I give F9, of course, the date will change, duration will change, and the profit will change. Like 8 years, 76 percentage, 8.7, 112 percentage, and 9 years, 112 percentage, 8.6, 437, and it goes on and on and on, right? So this is the one. So whenever you're dealing with two variable in this statistic, one of the rule is that you can see correlation, right? What I can do, I can just apply just for reference, right? So R square, known is a profit, comma, y is the sales. So we wish to see the correlation between sales and profit. So we got 45 percentage. We know we can give a conditions if this value greater than or equal to 70 percentage, then say strong correlation meaning strong correlation, or sales is correlated with and sales is, I mean, profit is correlated with sales, or else you say weak or moderate, or we can say, right? Or weak correlation. Okay, so since it has, if you look at, if you freeze this value, 71% is strong correlation. That means profit and sales are strong correlates. That also we have to check. Why we have to check? Because if the value, if these two variables are not dependent, if the sales could be high but the profit could be low, if the profit could be high and sales could also be high, right? If these two are not correlated, then we have to see that, right? So always is better you can check that also as well. Keep this equation also in mind. So I will give F9 to see if you look at here in this case. So although profit is 172 percentage, that is great in 8.7 year, but the correlation is moderate correlation because 64 percentage, right? So again, 16 known. So you can also, since we are dealing with two different uh, the variables you can do. If you have only one, you're not interested in sales, you're interested only in profit, then the correlation may not be required, right? You can directly get that one. This is additional piece of information. I hope you find it useful. We learn CAGR, three different formula. We have learned XIRR, how it differs and why we need to use XIRR, irregular cash flow, sales, or anything. When you have values, we can use XIR formula. And then we have learned how to apply that duration formula. And then we also learn additionally like how to see the correlation between these two variable assets. I hope you find it useful. Please do like, share, subscribe my channel. You have wonderful day ahead.